What's going on, guys? This is All Day DFS checking back in with y'all. I hope y'all guys had a great night. I hope y'all guys cashed in. Let me know down below if you cashed in. Let me know if you had a good night. Let me know if you had a bad night. Let me know who got you there. Let me know who ruined your night. As for me, I didn't really have a good night. I'll be completely honest. I didn't have a good night. I had a couple winners, and just because I did a flex, I was able to win. But it's just been so crazy. It's been crazy with the blowouts. I mean, you'll have a guy tear it up one quarter and then disappear for the next quarter or disappear for the rest of the game. Like you'll see him and he's cooking. He's like, man, you're like, man, oh, this is easy. I'm gonna cash in. This guy's gonna get it. And then out of nowhere, he just disappears. Like, it's just been crazy. Like, this has been the hardest season for me to like try to figure out, with the projections. I mean, everything's projected one way and then they go the other way. So it was a crazy night again. Sadiq Bey. I figured Sadiq Bey was gonna go over easy with Jeremy Grant out, and he did. He started. Well, he didn't go over, but I mean, he started off really good. He had 11 points in the first quarter. He did hit his. If you got him early, he went over on his first half, and then the last projection he was at 13, so he tied 13. So that was decent. But then he just totally disappeared. I think he only had like 5 more points the rest of the game. He ended up like with 18 point something. So he messed up some of my night. And then I had Stephen Curry going under. They had him at 25.5, which I thought was kind of high, and he was pretty much under the whole game. And then in the last couple minutes of the second quarter, he just kind of went off. And in the last minute, he had a layup and assist, or I don't know what it was. I wasn't watching the game, but I was in a chat group and they were telling me about it. And he went off or whatever, and he went over by 0.4. Now I'm hoping they do some kind of stat correction and he goes back under, but he went over, so that ruined a bit. So Curry. Sadiq Bey and Capella. I had Capella. He had 2 good games against the Celtics. I had Capella going over 15 points because he had scored like 24 and 24 against the Celtics the last 2 games. So I figured he could at least get me 16, and he only had 9. He only had 9 points. I know the blowout might have had something to do with it, but it was just a bad game from him. Jason Tatum had a bad game. So yeah, when Jeremy Grant went out, I guess the play was Mason Plumley. And I'm sorry, guys, I didn't get to do research on Mason Plumley. There's just so many players, and there's so much going throughout the day. You can only do so much research, and I didn't get to Mason Plumley, and I didn't think about him with Grant going out. I just figured that Bay would easily crush his projection, and it didn't happen. But Mason Plumley was a play. I did see Mason Plumley on a lot of winning lines. So if you had Mason Plumley, I know you cashed in with that one. So again, let me know down below. Let me know. So this is the After Dark edition, the late night edition, early look into the next day. As we know, PrizePicks puts 8 players on the board. And guys, instead of me explaining every time how this game is played for the new people that are watching the videos, you can just go up below. You can just go up, and there'll be a little link up there as to how to play the game. So you can click on that and see that video, how to play the game. So that way I don't have to say it every single time we do this video for the people that already know how to play. So anyways, let's go into it. We got Luka Doncic. So Doncic. He's going up against Philly. So they're 7th ranked overall, but 23rd versus his position. So they're not good versus the point guard position. Some point guards have been tearing it up against them lately. The last 2, he only played Philly 2 out of the last 5, and he got a 42 and a 36, so he wasn't over. But in his last 5 games, he's gone over the projected total. 3 out of 5, because he's projected at 56, right? Yeah, so he's gone over 3 out of 5, and he had one that was 55, so he was right there. He's projected at 55.2. So they have him under, but it's only by 0.8. With the matchup's a good matchup. Mavericks are shorthanded, so if this game stays close, I see him going over that easy. So if I were to play him, I would play him on the over, but I mean, again, we don't know about the blowouts, so he might be just a better play to just fade him. Or if you think it's going to be a blowout, just go on the under. But he looks good on the over as well. So if you're going to play him over, make sure you lock him in at 56. He might be about 58 tomorrow, because if the game stays close, he's going to do it. He's probably going to have a triple-double, so he'll probably be over this number right here. So just be smart about this play. Next, we got Joel Embiid. Still thinking about that 90 burger that he dropped the other night. That was incredible. The matchup, it's 11th ranked overall, 16th versus his position, going up against the Mavericks. And he's played them 2 out of the last 5. He had a 61 and a 51. And in his last 5 games, well, he only played 4. In his last 4 games, he's gone over 52. He's hit 52 or gone over 3 out of 4, and he's projected for 55.2. So guys, Joel Embiid is a lock for me all day. Again, if the game stays close, you might want to play, to be on the safe side, you might want to play Joel Embiid just on the first half, because if it's a blowout, he might only play the third quarter and might not reach the 52. But this guy can drop. It looks like he can probably drop 52 in one half. I know that'll be crazy, but he could probably get close to 52 in one half. He could probably drop 40 or something like that in one half. So for me, it's an over if the game's close. If not, it's an over in the first half. But I'm going to go ahead and lock him in. I'm going to play the over on Joel Embiid. So next we got Booch from Orlando Magic versus Brooklyn tomorrow. He's projected at 51. Very good matchup versus Brooklyn. I mean, like everybody always says, play Brooklyn. It's green across the board. 24th ranked overall, 26th ranked versus his position. His last 5 versus Brooklyn, he's got a 68 in there. He's gone over once in the last 5 versus Brooklyn. And in his last 5 games overall, he's gone over that 2 times. Draft Dashboard has him projected at 47.5. So here they have him at 51 versus Brooklyn. I look at the Magic and I see everything that this guy does, and I think for me, I would hit the over. Or I might just fade him. But 51 against Brooklyn seems like it's easy to get. I mean, who's gonna guard him on Brooklyn? I don't know if Durant's playing. I don't even know if he did, if it made any difference. I really think that they don't have nobody to handle him. So I see him being able to do that. I see him be able to get a 51. So that would be an over for me, but it might be a fade for you. Next we got James Harden, 57.5. Now, I know he kills the Magic a lot. I've seen a lot of games where he dropped some big ones. Yeah, see, last 5 versus Orlando, 73, 42, 45, 83, and 69. So he's been over 3 out of the last 5 versus Orlando. In his last 5 games overall, he's only gone under. I mean, he's gone over 4 out of 5. So he has his 154 that went under, but all the other ones he's been 60 and up. That's a good matchup across the board. I mean, everything points to locking him in. He's locked for the over. So lock him in now, because tomorrow he might be 59.5. And as we've seen with Sabonis, if you locked him in early, you hit the over. If you locked him in late and you hit the over, you didn't get it. So lock in James Harden right now, 57.5. He's been getting 60 or more. So if you lock him in at 57.5, you ain't got to be sweating it out if they put him to 60 tomorrow. So he's definitely a lock for me. Next, we got Daryn Fox versus New York. All right, so they're 4th overall, and then they're 11th versus his position. So it's not really a good matchup. As you can see, New York right here is in red. It's not a good matchup. It's not a good pace game. The total pace is 195.6, so it's definitely not a good pace game. His last 5 versus New York, he got a 42, a 38, a 48, and a 35. So he's gone over twice in the last 5 versus New York. But his last 5 games overall, he has not hit 40. He's been right close. He's had 2 39s and a 38, but he has not hit 40. Now, Draft Dashboard has him projected at 40.1. That's a tough one. I want to say the under, but with their projection going over, that's a tough one, though. But he hasn't gone over that. For me, Fox would probably be a fade. If I were to play him, I would probably play him on the under. New York's a really good defensive team, and you can see they're a good defensive team overall, and they're pretty good versus his position. So if I would play him, I would play him on the over. Now, if they bump him up tomorrow 2 points, I think I would definitely play him on the under. Right now, he's probably going to be a fade for me, or under or fade, but I don't think I'm going to play him. I think I'm going to leave him alone. Next, we got Julius Randle versus Sacramento. So he's been hot in his last couple games. His last 5 versus Sacramento, he has a 48, a 41, 18, and a 48. So he's projected at 44. And his last 5 overall, he's hit 44 or gone over 3 out of the last 5. Good matchup overall. 18th ranked versus his position, so it's a decent matchup. They have him projected at 44.1. Again, you got to worry about the pace, but I'm liking him. I mean, he has his last 3 games usage 29, 27, 29. So he's having high usage. He's playing a lot of minutes. I would hit the over on Randle. I would go ahead and hit the over on Randle. Next, we got Kawhi versus Memphis. So it's they're ranked 15th overall, 16th versus his position. Now his last 5 versus Memphis, he has a 44, a 45, and a 39, and he's projected at 51. So he's projected at 51. And his last 5 games, well, his last 3 games, he's only played the last 3. He has not gone over 51. He has a 48, a 50, and a 42. Draft Dashboard has him projected at 48.3, so they have him almost 3 points under. That's a tough one. Usually everybody's always, Memphis is a high-paced game. Yeah, the pace is good. I'm sorry, looking at the wrong one. I think I'm gonna go ahead. I really never played Leonard. He's just somebody that I never really have any interest in, and they have him projected 3 points under. For me, it's a fade. If you do want to play him, make sure you play him now. Make sure you lock him in early. They might bump him up tomorrow. If they bump him up, I mean, it might be a really good play for the under. Next, we got Ja Morant versus the Clippers. Alright, so they're second ranked overall defense, but they're 15th versus his position, so it's kind of like in the middle, so it's not really a great matchup or a bad matchup. His last 5 versus the Clippers, he only played 3. He's had a 41 and a 56 and a 16. Now they have him at 38, so 2 out of 3 he went over that. In his last 5 games overall, he's gone over 38. 4 out of the last 5. But Draft Dashboard has him projected at 35.9, so that's kind of tough. His minutes are not super. He's been at 33 minutes, 26 minutes, 32 minutes. 38. Now that one's probably another one that I'm not going to touch. A lot of these are kind of closer on the line, or they have him for the under. But he's been playing good recently, but it's not really a great matchup. So I'm probably not going to touch that one, or if not, I'm going to do some more research, see how he's looking at first half and second half. So I'm probably going to go ahead and fade Morant for now, or make sure if you want to play him on the over, lock him in now. Like I say, I bought a lot of these. So if I were to do 4 right now, I would go with Joel over, Booch over, Harden over, and I'm worried about the blowout on these 2. If there's no blowout, of course, I feel like they both can go over easy. But I'm going to go ahead and lock these 3 in. And if I had to pick one more, I would pick Randle versus the Kings. So yeah, that's the 4 that I like for tonight. If I'm going to go ahead and lock one in tonight, that's the one that I would pick. I would probably be more comfortable just picking 3. So that's all I have for y'all guys tonight. Again, hang in there, guys. I mean, I see a lot of people that have losing nights and just want to give up or whatever. I mean, it's gonna happen. I've lost a lot of money in one night, and then I gained it back the next day, plus more. It just happens like that. Don't give up. Keep trying. Go ahead and join my Discord below. Join the Discord and let's get in there and let's share stuff. We've been strategizing in there. We've been we've hit on some. We've just picked 1 or 2 wrong ones that made us not hit big. So we're on to something. We just gotta get smarter and figure things out. But that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to beat the system. We're trying to make money for everybody. Get in there. It's nothing but love. We're trying to share, our picks, share our projections, share any information that could help, because it's all about helping each other right here. This is not like the other games where, I can't show you my lineup because if I win, then you're gonna win too, or you're gonna take away from my winnings. Right here is just us versus the projections. So if one wins, we all win. If we all pick the same thing, we're all win the same amount of money or whatever it is that we bet. So there's no reason why we can't share information and help each other out. So go ahead, hit the link down below for the Discord. It's a Discord invite. Come ahead and join the All Day DFS server. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell icon so you can be alerted when I drop these videos. And once again, just let me know if I can help y'all guys with anything. And if y'all like the tool that I use, the draft dashboard tool, there's a link for that down below too, where you can get all this information. It's really nice to have all this information right at your fingertips all day long. Just anytime that I need any kind of information, I just go right to it. You know, it gives you the matchups, it tells you if they're hot, it tells you their minutes, it tells you, you know, their usage, it tells you a lot of stuff. So they're pretty good about the projections as well. So go ahead and hit the link for that if you want to go ahead and get that and have a tool like this at your you know, anytime you need it, basically. So you know, I can only do so many videos, but if you have something like this, you can go to it all day long or anytime you need it. So once again, guys, have a great night. Thank you.